Welcome to What Are You Sporting About podcast, a podcast about business, employment, sports, and entertainment to help educate, support, and guide you to your next level. Here's your host, attorney Sivonnia DeBarros. Hey, guys. It's Sivonnia DeBarros, protector of athletes, the founder and principal attorney of the S.L. DeBarros Law Firm. And I am excited to talk to you today. I know I say that every week when I come back, but it is so true because I have a serious question for you. What happens when you have an unexpected expense? So hold that thought. We're going to come back to that. But first, I have to invite you to the first annual NIL Combine event. Listen, this event is already getting packed out. We had to add more seats, and currently those seats are going fast as well. So if you have not gotten your ticket yet, I suggest that you take a moment, take a pause, make sure you share this video if you're watching this live right now, but make sure that you record this link, athletesmakingmoves.com/NIL Combine, so you can get your ticket now. Share it with your friends, share it with your buddies, share it with your teammates, your mama, your daddy, your administrators, whomever. Share this link because space is running out and time is running out. We literally have one more week to go, guys, before we hit play on this. And I'm telling you, this summit is about to be on fire, extremely packed with knowledgeable experts in various industries to help athletes monetize, leverage, and protect their name, image, and likeness. Do not forget, go to athletesmakingmoves.com/NIL Combine right now so you can reserve your space. All right, so check this out, guys. What would you do if there was an unexpected bill, right? Or some unexpected expense? How would you pay for it? Most Americans struggle with this, right? Because they don't have a budget really, and they don't know how to properly budget their finances. So there's a study that shows that 64% of American households said that they would just probably pay for an unexpected expense out of their personal check, with cash, with a credit card, maybe with savings if they put something away. But if you don't have a savings and you go to get another credit card to pay for whatever that debt is, are you now consuming and creating larger debt that may serve as a problem for you to get over, especially if you're trying to create a financial credibility in a marketplace, if you are seeking investors or someone to support you in whatever brand that you are building. So that's first and foremost. Do you even have a budget? And this is one of the reasons why you need to attend the NIL Combine, because we will have experts talking about leveraging insurance and financial plans so that you can create sustainable wealth. And one way that you can do that is by creating a budget. Now, when you know what your expenses are, sometimes it's a little easier to create a budget. But I've heard from the experts already, and they're going to be dropping some major nuggets of knowledge on you guys. Even if you have not received income yet, you still should create a budget. And this is important for student athletes, especially. But if you are a current entrepreneur and you don't have a budget, create one. Go ahead and create one. The best way to start thinking about what your budget will be is to think about who you are. What do you want in the future? Sometimes we put things off thinking that we don't have what it takes to go ahead and create whatever that next step may be. But that can set us up for failure, because as we create the budget based on where we see ourselves and what we want to be, we will be in front of the ball, not behind it, right? Now, did you know that 18% of workers earning a salary greater than $100,000 are living paycheck to paycheck? It's true. It's so true. This is six figures, right? We're talking about six-figure income earners are living paycheck to paycheck. And it's probably because they're not looking and consulting their budgets, but they are incurring debt at the same rate of what their income is. So that leaves no wiggle room. And I'm going to share with you how you can avoid making this mistake, all right, of living paycheck to paycheck. Now, 59% of those adults in the US, they actually admitted that they're living paycheck to paycheck. So not everybody is going to admit to you that they're technically living paycheck to paycheck, even if they are receiving a six-figure income. They're just not going to admit it. That's kind of, an embarrassing thing financially, but it doesn't have to be embarrassing, right? Most of us are learning about finance from grassroots education. Maybe our family understood a few things, but they didn't understand a lot of stuff, right? The family I come from, they understood about budgeting. My grandmother understood budgeting. My mom understands budgeting, but a larger financial knowledge has come from me interacting with experts in the field, seeking out the support that I need so that I can clear up any of those gaps in my knowledge base. So, one of the first things I want you to do is I want you to go to prosportlawyer.com and get my book, What Are You Sporting About? Because in this book, we talk about creating a team, which is made up of a financial advisor. But I also share with you how you can pay yourself. So, ding, ding, ding. That is the method we're going to start talking about to try and curb this living paycheck to paycheck. So, now when you create your budget, we already discussed one of the first things you can do is think about where you want to be. What would those things cost? What would that cost? And how much income would you need to make to satisfy whatever the expense would be, but also leave some room for you to save? Now, here's what most people don't do in their budgeting. They don't include a space to pay themselves. They do not include a space to pay themselves. If you get the What Are You Sporting About book, there's a chart in the back of the book that helps you to start your budgeting, but it also gives you this space so that you can create your pay yourself column so you can start generating income. Now, paying yourself first is another avenue to create and generate wealth. The concept basically is you save about 10 to 30% of your income by putting it away. So you take it off top. Before you pay anything or anybody else, you take that bit off top. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, if I have income, I got all these bills, 30% is a lot of money. I don't know if I feel comfortable paying myself 30% yet. Okay, cool. That's fine. Start with 10%. Start with 10%. The goal is to start somewhere, right? Where you can start seeing your bucket of money grow. And that's the important piece of this. Start putting something away for yourself so you see your bucket of money growing. All right? Now, as that pot starts to grow and mature, and you're receiving a paycheck or you're generating your own income through monetizing your NIL or your business, right? Now, what we want to do is go and make sure that we're constantly checking what our budget is to make sure that we have not incurred additional expenses that don't really serve us, right? So sometimes we may go and get all these extra little bells and whistles just because, okay, we want it or somebody else has it, but does it really add to the bottom line of what you want your life to look like? Does it support the future that you say you want for yourself? Because when you have an opportunity to look at that budget, it also exposes ways that you can save money or reinvest it in different ways so that you can also generate additional wealth. All right. So now, what do I do with all this money that I start making? Where do I put it? Like, am I going to just go and put it in a shoebox? You probably shouldn't do that, right? So if you're not investing your money into some other financial vehicle or insurance options, look, you need to go and get a bank account. So as a student athlete, if you're monetizing name, image, and likeness, and someone wants to pay you, how are they going to pay you? A major brand or corporation or organization, they're not just going to give you cash. And the reason why they're not going to give you cash is because they need a way to track the money that they are expensing out so they can save on their business taxes. So ideally, they will issue you a check. they will issue you a check. And they may even require that you send them an invoice based on the amount that they need to pay you. And this is a way for them to track their expenses as well. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to create and open up a bank account. You need to open a bank account. Now, caveat here, because if you are receiving income based on a business, your name, image, and likeness, hint, 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 right? Your brand, your intellectual property, your asset, you may want to create a business account. But creating a business account is different from creating a personal account. Now, I charge you to go out and definitely create your own checking and savings account under your personal name, because as your income grows and as you begin to pay yourself, you can pay yourself a certain amount of money and put that into your personal account. However, as you are operating as an entrepreneur, as a business, monetizing in that way, depending on the amount of money that you earn in a given year, you may be subject to taxes. And so you want to cut off the amount that you receive personally from what you receive based on business. Now, the way you open up a business checking account, it may be different for multiple institutions, but generally the idea is you got to have your state licensing so they can see who you are. They can confirm that you are who you say you are. But you may also have to provide them with some type of corporate document. So like your articles of formation or incorporation. So when you create your business entity, make sure you save all those documents and take that information together to open up your business checking account. They may require a small amount of money to open the account, but it shouldn't be too much where you cannot do this, guys. To start business the right way means that you're going to start properly tracking and separating your personal from your business. And it's also the pathway to help you to create financial freedom. So let's rewind this thing. One, you don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. And you don't want to be surprised if there's an extra expense that comes somewhere, that comes out of nowhere, really, right? So as you begin to generate income, you should be paying yourself. And you can track how much you're paying yourself because now you've created a budget. You know, or you expect to know how much your expenses should be and what your income is. And based on that, now you have a way to separate your personal income from your business income by inputting that money into your business checking account and paying yourself a small fee and paying yourself through your personal account. Okay, so let's keep those things separate. Let's get our affairs in order. Make sure you join the NIL Combine. You don't want to miss this. Our experts are going to go and dive deeper into this content. So you have the nuggets you need to move forward, to show up as your credible self, to show up as a serious entrepreneur, monetizing, leveraging your name, image, and likeness. But we want to make sure that you are safeguarding your financial interest. All right. We want to make sure that you're doing that. Go right now to athletesmakemoves.com/NIL Combine. Do not forget this step, guys. It's a very important step. Do not forget this. All right. And I will see you soon at the NIL Combine. Get your tickets. I cannot wait, guys. As always, I'm Sivonnia DeBarros, the protector of athletes, and it is my pleasure to serve and educate you to your very next level. Talk to you later. Ciao.
Thanks for joining us this week on What Are You Sporting About podcast. Make sure to visit our website, prosportlawyer.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever your favorite platform is, so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes or iHeartRadio. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like the show, you might want to check out our book, What Are You Sporting About? Attorney Sivonnia DeBarros is available for private consulting at sldebarros.com. And remember, we're here to educate, support, and guide you in your journey to success, because we're all sporting about something.